stop, it's like herding cats. They just need somebody to make them go. I think they need to mother over there. And I want to see that change. And my next goal is to run for the Senate. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. I want to go over there and I want to be that person that stands up and says, let's do something. Let's stop playing with it. Let's stop being the voice of non-reason, and somebody needs to be the voice of reason. And I want to be that person.
I'm Hannah Jefferson. I'm 16, and I want to go to USC to play volleyball. We know Governor Stanford was a huge supporter of you when you ran for the Senate in 2008. Who did you support in the 2010 primary for governor, and were they considered to be a mainstream candidate? How will the widespread move to replace the mainstream candidates affect establishment candidates?
I'll be perfectly honest with you. I supported Gresham Barrett for governor in the primary, and I supported him because I thought he was good for business. Nikki Haley is a personal friend of mine, and the reason I didn't want her to leave the House because she's my personal representative. She was represented my district, and I didn't want to lose her because I think she's done so much in the House, and I knew she stood up for what we believed in, and she fought so hard for where we were. And she got so much moved forward. She got transparency moved forward in the House. She got so many things moved forward, and I hated to lose her. And so I wanted her to stay there, and that was a selfish reason. Once she won the primary, I got behind her full force, and I fought really hard for her to win. In fact, I had 4 fundraisers for her and got really hard behind her and worked. And I'm glad she won. I think she's doing a good job. You hear all the banner back and forth about people saying, she's not done this. She's been governor for what, 5 months? And transparency's passed, voter ID's passed. She's working on health care. She stood in the president's face and said, we're not going to do this. She's done things that no other governor's ever got done in that short period of time. I think she's doing a great job. You hear the bad things, but people don't look at the good things. So, I stand behind her. I think she's doing a good job.
My name is Kyla Williams. I'm 15 and I want to be in the medical field. So, State Senator J.K. Knox has not been a friend of liberty in South Carolina. He refused to vote for a cloture to cut off debate on the sovereignty resolution in order to force the vote. He called the roll call bill insulting, yet stood in the way of common sense self-defense legislation, and now he has shown himself to be a racist by calling the President of the United States and Governor Nikki Haley brackets. How is it that many of our elected officials who embarrass our state seem to have 9 lives?
Lord child. The answer to that question is I wish I knew the answer. I lost that last election by 437 votes. And after the election, there was a primary and then there was a runoff. And there are people out there that work really hard to make sure that people like that stay in office. There are good old boys and there are bad old boys. And there are really, really bad old boys. And there are people that work really hard to make sure people like that stay in office because they are friends of those people. And they know that they can get things done under the table. And they work hard to get it done. And after I lost the primary, there were 3 people in that race. I was 437 votes less than Senator Knox. And then there was a 3rd candidate that had 1,500 votes. Had I had those 1,500 votes, I would have won last time. Okay, so then we went into the runoff election. The people from the Democratic Party formed a group called Rise South Carolina, and they joined forces, and they got everybody that didn't vote in the primary to go out and vote for Senator Knox. I can be blatantly honest right here. And they went and they voted, and they got people to come vote that had never voted before. that did not know how to vote. I heard people asking, saying, I've never voted before, you need to tell me how to vote. All I wanna do is vote for that Knox man. So, I mean, that's how they do it, and they get people that don't even know who they're voting for to go out and vote to keep him in office. And it's people that are the trial lawyers and people that want him to do things, that are putting money in their back pocket and in his back pocket. They keep that happening, and until people become educated and understand what he's doing and what people like that are doing, it's not gonna change. And until the voters become educated and understand, it's gonna stay that way. And people need to read and understand. And I wish I could change it more than you know.
My name's Sarah Reed, and I'm not really sure what I want to do whenever I grow up, but I'm 16. How would you respond to the assertion that our economy would be better off without the damage lawyers do to it? For example, excessive lawsuits.
I am a strong supporter of tort reform. Excessive lawsuits hurt everybody. They hurt individuals because it increases your medical bills. Because somebody's going to pay for it in the end. It increases your insurance premiums because your insurance premiums are going to have to go up to pay the medical bills. And the only person that's profiting from it, be it a frivolous lawsuit or a real lawsuit, the only person that really, the true person that really profits from it is a trial lawyer. Now, not all lawyers are bad. There's some really good lawyers, and we need lawyers, don't get me wrong. I mean, we need lawyers. We need attorneys. But y'all watch those ads on TV. Those, the crazy ads for the crazy trial lawyer ads. You know, where you see the guy that comes out looking like a spy or a Superman. I mean, those are because they're good attorneys. We need attorneys. We need attorneys for wills, and we need attorneys to do the good things. But when people sue other people because, you know, they stumped their toe or they slipped in the grocery store and it was really their fault, and they get hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they go get a trial lawyer because they were encouraged on TV to go do it, and they sue these people for, let's just take a number, $100,000. Those people, they don't get that money. You know who gets the money? The attorney. Those people might get $20,000, but the attorney's going to get $80,000. I mean, the money's going in the back pocket of the attorney, and it's costing somebody. The somebody that it's costing is the person at the end of the line that's paying the insurance premium or the medical bill, and the hospital's going to charge for it. So it's ending up costing you at the end. So do we need some way to regulate that? Sure we do. And somebody's got to do that. And yeah, I'm a strong supporter of tort reform and getting some control on it somewhere.
We talked about the McDonald's coffee lawsuit
Right,
before you
coffee,
came.
For instance, the lady that sued me, you know, was the coffee too hot? Maybe, but should she have put it between her legs? You know, probably not.
Hi, I'm Ben. I'm 14 years old, and when I grow up, I plan to go into the medical field. Explain the advantages and disadvantages of protecting our existing businesses from meritless lawsuits in South Carolina.
Okay. My husband's in business. We had, just recently, he had an employee that got, I don't know if y'all remember, down at the Finley House, where the fire started in the electrical room, and the man caught on fire, and it was an electrical fire. That was my husband's employee, and he caught on fire and he burned really bad, and they took him to Augusta, and that hospital bill in Augusta